HNL Tutors, teaching strategies to help tutors. HNL Tutors, teaching strategies to help tutors.
I do. We do. You do. Modeling is one of the most important factors in helping students learn a particular topic. It is most impactful when you introduce new concepts. This helps students to understand and comprehend more easily. We call this the I, we, you approach. The I do, we do, you do model involves you in following a series of steps starting with you leading instruction and finishing with students working independently. In the I do stage, you explain what students need to understand or model how to do a process. Then, in the we do stage, you help your students by providing scaffolds such as prompts or partially completed procedures. Finally, in the you do stage, your students do the procedure or show their understanding on their own. Explanations. Examples. Experience practice. Generally speaking, students learn through explanation, example, and experience. Unfortunately, teachers sometimes rely too much on explaining the knowledge, lingo, and methodologies of their discipline, all of which can sound like a foreign language to their students.
After you ask a question, count several seconds in your head before calling on any student, even if several hands immediately go up. Make wait time the norm and tell students why you do it. Consistency and transparency will underscore the value of think time while reducing pressure for students to be the first to respond. Simply say less. Resist the temptation to fill dead air with a rephrased version of your question or to answer an unanswered question yourself. Know what the students know when planning your explanation. All great teachers have an excellent knowledge of their students. This knowledge is paramount in pitching the explanation just right. Use patterns of challenging subject-specific language repeatedly. In most explanations, there are one or two key words that you want to stick in the minds of students. For example, some English terms may be hyperbole and oxymorons. Make explanations simple, but not simpler. Convey a core message. I use mixed means minus when teaching the outcome of negative and positive signs.
Paint the picture, use analogies, metaphors, and images. Check understanding with targeted questions. One way to secure attention and to make any crucial modifications to our explanations is to ask targeted questions. Repeat. Knowledge stored in the long-term memory is most typically information that is revisited, therefore a great explanation must be followed up if we are to maximize its value.
You got it. Paint a picture for them. Explain topics step by step and don't forget to make it fun.
Let them teach. One of the most effective methods for absorbing knowledge is to teach the knowledge back to another. Provide students with ample opportunity to teach other students what they have learned or to teach you.
Lesson objective transparency. Rather than letting your students figure out what they should be learning on their own, just tell them. Clearly state your lesson goals or objectives. The pause technique. Use the pause technique. The pause technique is a strategy that uses strategic pauses in a lesson to provide students with time to review their notes, discuss in pairs and clarify, assimilate and understand topics. We can use this when tutoring. Stop talking and give the students time to think. Make it longer than a pause. Make it 2 to 5 minutes. But do give them thinking time. Teach students how to learn. As a tutor, your ultimate goal is to help students to become independent learners. Thinking and acting independently remains one of the most important skills students can learn. We live in societies rooted in individualism. Failure to prepare students for the demands of a world where tutors will not be available to provide the advice and answers for them does them a great disservice. We hope these techniques will help you with your tutoring. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. During online lessons, remember to ask students to say hello to each other. Remember to ask students to say goodbye to each other. Remember to be the last person to leave the call. During online lessons, remember to ask students to say hello to each other. Remember to ask students to say goodbye to each other. Remember to be the last person to leave the call.